today I'm just gonna be doing a sit down talking video, talking through my thoughts and my emotions. And if you guys want to hear this or hear me speak, just going through my 20s into my 30s with a White Claw in a wine glass. That kind of sums up my 20s right here. So I am drinking a lime White Claw, which I have been really in love with. And we're just gonna pour this in a wine glass because we are classy. And we're gonna sip and just talk. I literally don't have a plan for this video. I'm just gonna sit and talk. And there's not gonna be many edits in here. I'm kind of just gonna talk. So if you wanna flip this on when you're doing dishes or laundry or, I don't know, coloring or something, then do that. So cheers. Drink with me video, just kidding. For some reason, the first thing that's coming to my head, okay, so basically I'm 29 and it is the 14th today. It's the 14th and my birthday is on the 17th, so it's on Sunday. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but yeah, it's crazy. Obviously it's been 10 years and I know a lot of my viewers are like my age now because you guys have grown with me, but I do have viewers that are younger or that are in their early 20s, mid 20s or whatever. We all have different lives, clearly, I know that, but I'm just gonna speak about my life and just certain things. I'm not gonna go into depth because I could literally be here for 3 days and I would probably forget things because that's a lot to talk about, 10 years, but for some reason the first thing that's coming to my head is something that I thought would happen in my 20s and didn't, and that is I thought for sure I would be married. Like, it was a for sure thing. I was like, I will be married. I knew that I wanted kids, but I didn't think for sure I would have kids in my 20s, but I thought like it was more likely to happen in my 20s to have kids than not, but I thought for sure I was gonna be married. So it's kind of crazy that I'm like not married, but I'm in a happy relationship right now and I know that it's going towards that. I'm not like pushing anything or anything like that or thinking of marriage or anything. I'm just saying like it's so crazy how things can change and how things can grow and how things you could think are so important and they just aren't. Another thing that I thought would for sure be I thought I was for sure going to be an embalmer in my 20s. I was in university for a while and then I switched to SciAst, and it's called something else now, but at the time it was called SciAst, and I knew I wanted to be an embalmer. That's what I wanted to do, and I like was dead set. Like, I knew that that's what I was gonna do. You know when you like love something so much and it's your passion and you're like, this is what I'm gonna do? That's truly how I felt, and it's kind of crazy that those two things, me not being married and me not being an embalmer, but that obviously just was not my path. That was not the way I was supposed to go. Like, that just wasn't my life, which is okay and totally fine. And you know, I went other ways and other routes, but it's just so weird to think about that I was so dead set on it. I'm just gonna talk about what's popping in my head, so it might be a little bit random. I know you guys know me and you're like, we know. By the way, this White Claw is so good. Like, I don't know. White Claw, by the way, people were like, do a White Claw taste test. Oh my god, I didn't even do a White Claw taste test when I first got it. I don't even know why. The first one I had was the purple one, some kind of berry, I don't know, it was like okay, but this one's good. I like it. So yeah, I just got like I just had a single one and then I just got a pack of them. So woo, White Claw. That wasn't in Canada for so long, so now that's that. So what's popping in my head now is I don't know why being cheated on is like being popping into my head. Now, 10 years is a long time. I'm not saying like a certain relationship or a certain person, so please don't assume or anything like that. I'm just talking very vaguely. Like, this is 10 years we're talking about, from when I was 20 years old to 29. So it could be, you know, different people or whatever, but being cheated on, I think, was the worst thing I experienced in my 20s. And that might, like, I literally think that was the worst thing I experienced. Like, truly. Other than, oof, I'm just gonna get into it like a huge topic. That and acting on suicidal thoughts. Hope that doesn't trigger anyone. I'm gonna put a trigger warning right before that, like just text over top. But I'm not gonna go too much into the suicidal thoughts and acting on them, but I think those two things in my 20s were the hardest things for me to deal with. The second one that I just mentioned was later on in my 20s. Very later on. and getting cheated on was kind of earlier on to my 20s, and it was horrible. I don't know, like it just hit me so hard. I think it was because I was in this mentality of I would never be cheated on. Like, not like I would never be cheated on, not like that. Like, I was just so like happy in my relationship, I think is what I'm trying to say. And I was so like comfortable and really enjoyed the person a lot and didn't think that, you know, that's what I mean, is I was just so like sure in the relationship. So to have that happen was very shocking, and I just felt like I felt disgusting. I know it has nothing to do with me, but I literally felt like I was doing something wrong. I was disgusting. I was all these things that I wasn't, and it just like broke me for a very long time. And I'm past that now, but I think those two are the hardest things for me to get over. Which I hate that word. Why did I say that? I hate that. I hate when people say get over, because you're never over it. Something that happens in your life, you grow from it. Right, girl? Cheers. Woo. Clink. Like you do. I'm not like sad about it anymore. Like I'm not like miserable about it. I'm like, but I still will never forget it. And I think it's a good thing, because you know, like if you just live your life and it's all happy and gumdrop and rainbows, and you're like Peach in Mario Kart, like swinging through the rainbow, whatever, your whole life, and you never hit a banana, then when you do hit a banana, it's gonna be horrific. Like something so minor could throw you completely off course. So I think you need things like, just like bigger things to deal with, to learn how to deal with things in relationships, friendships, anything, life, just like life in general. I'm gonna tilt this down a bit because I'm like slouching a bit. Oh my God. I'm like slouching and I kind of just want to just like chill and talk. Just dealing with things. Like there's people that ask me all the time, and ask other people all the time, like, how do you deal with cheating? How do you deal with breakups? How do you deal with long distance relationships? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with hate and hating yourself and loving yourself and confidence? Honestly, the answer to all of that, in my opinion, is you just have to go through it. You have to figure out what works for you. You have to experience it, and you have to figure out what works for you. And if something's hard that you need advice for, I mean, it's good, like talk to people, get different advice from different people, but ultimately it's yourself and your mind frame and everything that will deal with the situation, truly. And if you're like for me, for like when I got cheated on, if I were to ask other people, like, what is your advice? I never asked anyone, because I was like literally ashamed. Like I didn't tell anyone. Like I didn't tell anyone. Nobody. For like years, I didn't tell anybody because I was so ashamed. But if I were to have asked a different advice, I feel like I wouldn't have dealt with it for me. I would have been dealing with for other people, you know what I mean? Like I'd be using other people's advice. But if it really helps you, then do it. Another thing that was great for me in my 20s was journaling. And it's something that I was so happy about doing. That's one thing that this old girl, I'm not old, but I'm just saying, like, for my younger viewers, or even if you are like older than me, even if you're like 40, journaling is so good. And not for like even just your mental health, but for me, when I'm looking back, I can look back at like 2017 and see like all these things and like slips and stories that I wrote in and dreams and pictures, and I'm like, I don't even know who is that? I'm like, who is that? What? Like, I don't even remember that happening. I've said to myself lots of times, like, oh, I've never even been to the berry barn before. I'm just like, this isn't a specific thing, I'm just like throwing that out there. But and then I look back at old journals, I'm like, I was for sure at the berry barn. I'm sitting at the berry barn right here. Like, that's what I mean. So just like keeping a journal, especially for in my 20s, my whole 20s, is such a good thing. And I'm so glad I did, because I have like pictures and memories and everything. And if you're one of those people that, you know, if you leave a relationship or a friendship and then you rip up everything and you throw away everything, that's how you deal with it, great. But I don't. Like, I still cherish those memories, even if I don't like the relationship anymore, whatever the case may be, because this is 10 years I'm talking about. I still like to be able, like, that was your life. Like, that was your life at one point, and you did like it at one point. You know what I mean? Some lessons I learned. Let's talk about that. Like, what lessons did I learn? One of the biggest lessons I learned was the makeup palette I had. I don't know if many of you guys know about it, but that was one of the huge lesson that I learned. What was that sound? All my animals are sitting right here, and I feel like there's probably outside. And that was just like trusting so freely, accepting things so like free. I was just like trusting other people's advice. And I think having, I don't even know, like just like trusting and like not looking further into a company and just being like, yes, I want a makeup palette. Like, yes, I want one. Like, oh my God, I would love that. Like, yes. I could have like waited for a more reputable brand, I should say, or you know, I could have just waited instead of jumping on it. I could have done a lot more. Other people could have done a lot more. I think everyone just could have done a lot more, but it did teach me a lot. A lot. And there are a lot of things I went through on YouTube. I mean, I was on YouTube for a lot of those years. I think I started YouTube, I forget, I think maybe I was 20? I think I was 20 when I started. I could have been 21. So yeah, I've been on YouTube for like all these things. But another thing was like trusting friends. Like, I want to say it so loosely, but I'm talking about a specific situation. But one specific situation like literally ruined a lot of people's reputations of me from me trusting a friend. So me trusting a friend and being like, okay, oh my God, I feel like I shouldn't talk about this because I hate when people are like, they don't say the full situation. Let me just be vague here. I hate when people do that. But just like with this one situation, I just have to be vague. Just like trusting somebody's what they say is true. And I'm like, okay, like, and all of us trusted this one person, and then it backfired, and I shouldn't have trusted, none of us should have trusted them, and they were in the wrong, and they were liars, and they were all this. And then just because I'm not trying to be like dramatic, but I was the famous one out of the group, I got the backlash. Even though that person lied, and that person was a piece of shit, and all of us did it too, I was the one that got the backlash. So I was the evil one. So I think there's a lot of lessons I learned, but these were like, just don't trust people so freely. Like, don't just because you like someone and they're your friend doesn't mean they're all great and roses and happy and everything is kosher and wonderful. Like, I think I'm a very trustworthy person. I think I just see goodness in people and I'm like, like, they're a good person, and then I just believe everything everyone says, you know what I mean? And it does get me in trouble a lot of the times. A lot of friendships I've had, I'm just like, oh my God, I love them so much. Like, they're great. Like, I remember somebody in my life once said to me that, like, you shouldn't trust so many people. Like, just because somebody smiles at you, like this person, I can't say their name, but they're not really in my life anymore, but I still cherish their words and everything that they've said to me. And one thing they said to me is, Samantha, like, you can't just, when somebody smiles at you and is nice to you, doesn't mean that you're their best friend for life. Like, and I think that is my downfall. It really has been in my 20s, is just trusting so many people. And just, yeah, if somebody's like nice to me, I'm like, oh my God, they're so good. Like, they're great. Like, or if they're just like a good time, I'm like, oh my God, they're a good time. I love them. I'm gonna trust them with my life. And I tell them everything. So I think I've learned a lot with that as well, just to keep my circle small. It really, like, you can really focus more on certain people. Cause I've had in my 20s, maybe like when I was 24, 25, 26, I had a big group of friends, like huge. Like, I had so many friends, and you know, like, there was a lot of gossip and there was a lot of drama. It had nothing to do with anyone. I think it was just because there's so many people that it was like hard to just have like a specific close friend, or you know what I mean? So fast forward to like now, let's say I have the best group of friends right now. Like, it took me to when I was like 30, almost 30, but like I have like the best group of friends right now. Like, I could honestly like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry over it. Like, my group of friends right now is unbelievable. I know I just said like, oh my God, people are nice to me, so I'm just like, ugh. But these people, like, I've known for a while, and they've just like slowly started to grow as my friend, and I think that says a lot. Not grow as my friend, just like grow as close friends. And like, when that relationship blossoms, instead of just like, oh, that person's nice, ooh, I'm gonna start hanging out with them more. This is so opposite to that. I think it's so special. My relationship right now, like, I'm in the best relationship I've ever been in. And I'm so happy. And I'm not like, how do I explain it? It's like jumping the gun, or like puppy love, or like a honeymoon stage or something like that. I know it might seem like that, but I'm like 100% in love. And I'm 100% committed. And I'm just so happy. And I know for sure that I'm not gonna love anybody else. Like, 100% guaranteed. Like, at all. If Austin were to die like tomorrow, I'm not gonna be in another relationship. Like, I just love him so much, and I cherish, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I just love him. And it's so weird to actually have love. Because you know, when you say I love you to people, I love you, or I've been like, I love you, I love you, I love you, and you like somebody so much that you're like, I love you. But it's so different when you love somebody, when you truly love somebody. So that my 20s have taught me what love is. Not my 20s have taught me that. Austin has taught me that. And I met Austin so randomly and sporadically, and I'm just so oh my God, I'm just like so thankful for where I am right now. And I think my 20s and everything have led me to this, like friendships and everything, and ups and downs and certain things. Sorry, Austin just got here. Sorry, I just had to restart this clip because he just got home with pizza. I'm just so, how do you even explain it? Like secure, happy, content. Like these words are just, I'm using them so, I feel like I'm using in my head so strongly, attaching words to these words, and like, no, attaching emotions to these words. And I just feel such a strong emotional, physical, spiritual, sexual, loving, everything, passionate connection to this man. And in these friendships that I have now, like my group of friends, like I just know that these people are so genuine. Like my best friend Chris is like like I'm just so happy right now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I think you need to go through a lot of maybe not so good times to realize the good times, and that's just point blank period it. And cheers to that. I'm gonna guzzle this. I'm just gonna go. I'm just like happy. Like I really, okay. You might have friends in your high school years that you'll have for the rest of your life. You might have the best of friends in high school who will never be with you again. Maybe you have the best of friends in high school and you lose touch for years and you might rekindle it. Like it's just, that's what just life is. And that's one thing I also want to say is, what I learned is not to push anything and just let things happen. One thing that sticks out in my head with that is I was in the process of selling my other house and I was getting a new house, and I wanted to build a new house. And instead of me being like, oh my, like, cause I was looking at actually houses to build, and like ones that are being built, like just like looking around, you know what I mean? And I think I tweeted, or said in a vlog, or some way, I said in some way, something along the lines of like, I'm getting a new house, like I'm moving, I bought a house, or something like that. Like I bought, like for sure, like I bought one, something like that. And then it didn't work out, which, you know, some things don't work out. And people are like, oh my God, you're a liar, like you said you were gonna do this. So I, you know, it was 100% my fault. I just was very excited and like jumped on it, like jumped saying these things. So that also was a lesson to me, was just to like not push things, like let it happen. Like if you're looking for a house, look for a house. Be like, I'm looking for a house, like I'm in the process of looking for a house. Don't be like, I bought a house, you know what I mean? So I think that is a big learning lesson as well. I'm also happy though that with the money that I have earned in my 20s, I went to good use. Like I put in property. I don't talk about this, like I literally have never talked about what property or what or whatever, but when I first came into money, the first thing I wanted to do was buy a Lamborghini. So I was living at my parents' house. This is funny actually. I'm just gonna tell this because it might help you guys. Because I know a lot of people, when they first get money, they wanna like get a really nice car or like get a car loan. I feel like everyone just gets a car loan when they first get money. So I wanted a Lamborghini, and I was like, I'm getting a Lamborghini. And my dad was like, you can do whatever you want with your money, but you know we live in Saskatoon and it's like winter, like 7 months out of the year. Like, so you're gonna be able to drive it for like how many months, and like an oil change is like $2,000 on a Lamborghini. So it's like, and there's like potholes and everything. It's just like not, like we don't live in LA. So like if you want a Lamborghini, get it, but like, do you know like the consequences? And I was like, I'm getting a Lamborghini, like I want, and I was on this kick for weeks until I said, you know what, I think I'm just gonna put a down payment on a house and get a house instead of a Lamborghini and drive my shitbox until I get, you know, and put my money into property. And then that's just what I have done. You know, I could have had like Louis this and Gucci this. I mean, I have some designer things, but I'm not like rolling in them. Like I have a few designer bags. I just like, I could have done those things, but instead I put my money into into good things. And if everything crashed right now, I could fall back on my properties. So I'm glad, and I'm like, so I'm saying like negative things about myself, things I've learned, things of that, and things that I'm proud about myself. I'm proud that I did do that. Like I did put my money into good use, and that's what I do suggest for you guys. You guys don't have to have a lot of money to invest in property. Like you don't. You do not. You just have to, you kind of have to get your starting house and then keep growing from there. So yeah, like if you can, just like put your money into good uses, like save your money, do all that. The first thing I put my money into before YouTube or anything was breast implants, and I saved up like $15,000 while working at Value Village. Like, and that was I was not a YouTuber. This was after high school, so I was in university. I was a university student and working at Value Village. So I saved up a bunch of money. So I stopped getting my nails done, stopped getting my hair done. So like simple things like that. Like my priority at that time was breast implants, but your priority might be, you know, a car or a house or something like that, or even just like a small tiny starter home or anything. So that's my advice to you guys, is to put your money into good use. You don't have to have a lot of money, you don't have to make a lot of money to start somewhere, is what I'm trying to say. Another thing that's changed of me is like my makeup has changed. I mean, like that's like very vague, and like who would talk about makeup with a 20s video, but like my makeup's changed so dramatically now that I look back on it. In my 20s I found love of plastic surgery. I got plastic surgery for the first time when I was 19, but I think my love of it really grew. Like I truly love getting plastic surgery, and it's not because I hate myself or I dislike myself. I love the art of changing your body and changing, you know, even today, like my hair looks different than it did yesterday, and you know, I could straighten it, or I could curl it, or I could put it up like this, or I just love like changing my look every day. Even something as simple as I just put on lashes and no bottom mascara. I just like, ooh, it's like I look different today. Sometimes I'll do my lips huge. Like I just love doing that. So I just found one thing, I'm just saying one thing that I really do enjoy. I love changing my look. I love plastic surgery. I love getting plastic surgery. I love the hype of it. I love like recovering from it. I love the consults. I just love it. Like that's just one thing I really do love. Another good thing that I knew in my 20s that I would be doing going into my 30s was YouTube. I knew it. Like I knew that I loved YouTube. I had a passion for it. I loved creating. I loved reading comments on Twitter, on Instagram. I loved meeting fans. I just loved creating YouTube videos, thinking of ideas, posting videos, seeing people's reactions, thumbs up, thumbs down, like people even caring about my stuff. So that's one thing that I'm glad that I'm still doing right now, going in almost at my 30th birthday, from when I first posted my first video to now. I'm so glad that I'm still doing it, because it's my passion. I love making YouTube videos. I love it. And there are certain, you know, throughout the 10 years, wait, is it 10 years? I don't even know when I started. It was either 20 or 21. But regardless, it's only 100 calories. It just shows my passion. Like I love doing it. So there are some times when, you know, I'd be like, I don't know what to film. Like I don't know what to film. I'm not doing YouTube anymore. Like, you know, like there's certain times where I'm like, ugh, about it. But for like the huge majority of it, I'm just like so passionate about YouTube, and I love it. Another thing that I can think of, what should I think? Oh yeah, when I early 20s, I would always say like I hate alcohol, I hate drinking. I'm not gonna drink. Like who would drink? I hate alcohol. Like that's 100% true. Like for my 19th birthday, not everyone, but a lot of people for their 19th birthday went out to the bars, because legal drinking age in my city and province is 19. People would go to the bars and get smashed. I went to Red Lobster and my dad was like, oh, you're 19, like you get a drink. And I remember I got like a chocolate milkshakey alcohol thing. And I took one sip, I was like, oh, like I hate that, like it's disgusting. So I just like ate supper with my family, went and saw my boyfriend at the time, then went to bed. That's just like, I just never drank, and now I'm like, woo, alcohol. Like not in a bad way, but but like, see, like just like certain things, you change and you grow and you mature, and maybe you don't mature. And I don't ever want to mature. I want to be me. I want to have penguins and Care Bears behind me, and I want to just like be free spirit, and I want to be like, eh, and I want to scream, and I want, eh, and I want to, if I'm trying gross food, I want to go, eh, because that's me. That's me. And That's just me, and I don't want to change who I am, and I love being like a little kid, and I love like Barbie and like cute things and sparkly things. And just because you're old, no, not old, but just because you're older doesn't mean you lose that. I mean, if you want to lose it, great. If you want to mature, that's wonderful, but I don't. Like, I do not. I want to have like actual fuzzy Care Bears attached to my nails. And that's me, and I'm always going to be me. And that's another thing that I'm glad about is throughout my 20s, I've just been me. And, you know, you change and you grow, yes, but I still maintain me and who I am. I've just had different friends come and go, and those different friends will show you different life lessons, and you will love and you will miss things that they said or did or experiences. 100%, it's great to do that. But you'll also be like, that's why I'm not their friend anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you'll just be like, that's why. There's reasons why. And it's not a bad thing. And maybe like in my 20s, maybe in my 40s, I'll be friends with people that were like when I was 17 I was friends with, maybe. But there are certain reasons, and it's not a negative thing. Anything else? I feel like I said so much but so little. I don't know if you guys want more of these. Maybe I can do just like a sit down chit chat, have a White Claw and a wine glass, and talk again. I don't know, maybe you guys want to see this. On and off in my 20s, I'd be like, I don't know, these are such random thoughts coming in my head. I'm not eating cow anymore. I'm not eating beef. They're way too cute. I love cows. And then I'll kind of be like, ooh, Baconator, you know what I mean? Like, I'll slowly start to switch, like, ooh, tacos, like, with ground beef. Or, like, my mom will be serving steak, and there's, like, salad on the side. So, like, what am I supposed to eat? Salad? I could. So, like, I teeter back to it, and then I'm, like, I see cows and see how cute they are in a field, and I'm, like, not eating beef anymore. You know what I mean? So, I'm at that stage again where I'm like not eating beef. I went right back into it. I was like, ooh, steak, beef, oh, like all that, like Taco Bell. Well, Taco Bell would always be like, switch beans. I want beans. And like recently I just been like beef, beef, beef. And now I'm like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. So that's another thing I'm gonna try to stick to, is not eating beef, because cows are so freaking cute. Like, they're so cute. They're living their life in a field. They're just sitting there with their family members. They're sitting there with their family members doing nothing. Like, why are we killing them? Like, I feel like this might like aggravate some people. Oh, well, I'm just gonna say it. Everything I say aggravates people. Even if I was like, this is an octopus, people would be like, you bitch. So whatever, anything I'm just gonna say now. Like, I don't even care. I feel like chickens like are just like, whoa, like they just like walk around the field like, whoa, like they don't even know really what's going on. So like me eating a chicken, I don't feel as bad. But I feel like a cow, like looking at a cow, they see you, they notice you. I feel like they feel your feelings. I feel like they're so sweet. They just want to live their life with their like family members, and we're just like, oh, kill them because they taste good. Like, eat a salad, eat strawberries. Like, what? I don't know. That's a whole other tangent, a whole other topic. But overall, I'm happy with my life right now. About, I'd say a year ago, I was like not in a good place. Like, at all. Maybe like 6 months ago, I should say. 6-7 months ago, I was like not in a good place. Like, at all. Like, at all. And I'm so glad that I am. I'm kind of glad that I went through that, even though it was horrific. But it really did teach me a lot. And I'm grateful for all the people that came in and out of my life in my 20s. People that were just there for a little bit. People that were just an occasional friend. Or anything. I'm just happy. I'm happy that I donated to charities. I'm so happy that I gave back to a lot of different people, organizations, pets, less fortunate, charities, food, clothes, mittens, just lots of different things. I'm glad that I did these things. I'm glad that it wasn't just about Samantha in my 20s. I'm glad that I did have other people in mind. I took other people on trips. I bought my brother a car. Like, I did, like, I'm just glad. I'm not like gloating about these things. I'm just glad that I did these things. And, you know, I made shitty decisions, a lot of shitty decisions. I made shitty decisions in my 20s. I made crappy ass decisions that I should not have made. I made the worst decisions. I've lied. I've done shitty things. I've messed up with people and friendships, and I've done just like not great things. But what it matters is that if you attempt to fix it, and you try to fix it, and you try to grow from it, and you learn from these things, which I have done. And my 20s are 10 years, so this is a long time. If I was like, oh my god, I'm such a good person and I've done nothing wrong, then ew, like, please delete this channel. We've all done things. Sorry, my camera battery died. I don't even know what I was talking about. Think about me being a piece of shit person. If it was all like I said, like Peach and Mario Kart and Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road, I think I got it now. I finally knew what it was. Then we wouldn't be able to grow as people. Like, how are you supposed to know how to deal with bad situations if you're just a good person all the time? Oh my God, it's gonna fall. Is it gonna fall? Oh well. What else do I want to say? I think that's about it. I just want to thank you guys, I guess, for caring what I've had to say for all this time. Like even on Twitter or even on like an Instagram story. The 2 seconds out of your day, like, why would you care? So thank you for hearing my voice, and thank you for my ups, my downs, my not so good times, my thriving times, everything. Like, I'm a human. I'm a human. I'm a human being, just like you. Like, I'm a human. And even though you might like read things or other people might say things, it doesn't make them true. Like if I went to your school and I walked in there and a bunch of people were just telling me all about you and you're like, that's not me at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of shitty. But I know who I am. I know my life and my journey, and I'm just so happy right now where I'm at. And I think that's so important, like going into my 30s. I hope, oh my God, do you think YouTube will be around in another 10 years? On my 39th birthday, when I'm going into my 40s, I hope I can sit down and feel this energy that I'm happy where I'm at. I'm hoping I'm gonna be married. I'm hoping. So my hopes, let's just end on my hopes for my 30s. I wanna be married. I mean, I hope I live by all my 30s. Regardless, even if I live to like 32, I'm happy. And that's all that matters. Cheers. What do I want? I want to travel so much. I want to travel outside Canada and US. I want to travel so much more. I want to live a happy life. And that's it. And I don't want to change. I don't want to lose my dinosaur. I don't want to lose.
Samantha!
What?
Samantha, you're on the TV!
Oh my God. Okay, so I was on the TV just now. See what I mean? Like, YouTube has just brought me so many amazing moments. I was just on TV, like that's crazy. So I just went down and saw that. My life is just, I'm so happy. Like I'm literally, I'm like legit so happy right now. I'm gonna cry. I just want to thank you guys so much for being here with me and watching me grow, watching me fail, watching me slip, watching me grow. But as long as we're changing and we're growing, it's a good thing. So I hope you guys have a really good day. Thank you for listening to me, and White Claw out. I love you guys. Bye.